1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost a weekend and you don't know what to do. Or you just need something fun to listen to.
Southside Pod!
Yes, we're on the air.
Pod.
And the gang's all here, all things on the South Side. You're listening to the Southside Pod. Looking for the best Southside breweries. Or you might just need an awesome place to eat.
Southside Pod!
Mount Greenwood, Evergreen, Blue Island, Beverly, Payless, and Allsup too. You're tuned into the Southside Pod.
Southside Pod!
Oakland, Midlothian,
Southside Pod.
Oak Forest, Chicago Ridge, Flossmoor, and Bridgeview. You're listening to Southside Pod.
I got a question for you here I want to kick off the show with.
Yes.
Sweet,
Bill,
I like questions.
Mike?
Yes, Christopher.
All right. So, as the holidays have ended,
Thankfully.
Oof, it was a
Cheers
rough
to that.
and we're into the new year, tell me, what is the most frustrating of the holidays for you?
one. Like, which holiday is the most frustrating?
Which one? Well, in that last month there in December,
Yeah.
Is it
only one.
Christmas?
that I know
No.
of.
Is there
Depending on-
Christmas
Okay.
or is it New Year's? Which is there?
There's
Is there one-
Hanukkah, too.
or Hanukkah? I'm sorry.
Kwanzaa?
You're right. Kwanzaa. Does Kwanzaa get in your way?
No.
Not mine. I don't
Okay.
celebrate it, but people
So
do.
I'm asking you.
Oh.
That's why I
personally.
said it, because I know that those are the ones you celebrate.
Okay.
I'm not purposely excluding another
I
one.
thought you were.
No, I'm not.
Just
In
wanna
fact,
make sure you
Hanukkah was
weren't.
over like before December basically started
It's
this year. It was
November
crazy.
Hey,
28th.
All right? It wasn't like it was even
December 5th.
simultaneous this
Yeah,
year.
It was
like
super
over by the
early.
6th of December.
Yeah, it was early.
Pearl Harbor Day was after Hanukkah this year. It was in a weird spot.
That gets
all right?
in the way every year. Pearl
Like,
Harbor
just
Day.
so you know that.
Perfect ending to Hanukkah.
It was eight crazy nights in Pearl
That was
Harbor Day
one
right after it. Right.
awful one.
Right, like that's what it was this year. Okay, so
They
to
needed
me,
the candles to
to
last
me, it's
the
been
night
a
that
while. It's been a while since Hanukkah, so I didn't remember to bring it up. Okay.
A date that will live in infamy.
Okay. Okay, so between
why they
Pearl
change the
Harbor
dates
Day,
of Hanukkah every
between
year.
Pearl Harbor Day,
It's a rough one. That puts a
Hanukkah.
damper on the holidays every year. Right before everything.
Christmas.
Like, oh, Christmas is coming. You start seeing the trees in Menards, and all of a
Right.
sudden you got to think about Pearl Harbor.
Right, exactly.
Ugh.
Exactly. It just pops up out of nowhere, man. All
Anyway.
the feelings come welling
Oh,
back
it pops up
again.
on the same date every year. It doesn't
Right.
pop out of nowhere. You know it's coming. You know exactly when it's coming. They didn't, but we do.
Joining me here on Southside Pod, we've talked to him before, Jason Berry from the Village of Lemont. How are you, Jason?
I'm so pleased to be back on Southside Pod. I missed you guys. Chris, I've been listening in. I know you had a great holiday season. Thanks for spreading the word about all the stuff happening, and we're excited to share what's going on in Lemont.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, you guys are like one of the hidden gems of the South Side. It's one of those places we've talked about it before. If you're not from Lemont, let's say you're from another area that's a little bit more east. You're in the Beverly area, the Blue Island area, Oak Lawn. You're in Burbank even. Wherever you're at, you think to yourself, Lemont is so far away. It's really not that hard to get to, and you always have like a ton of stuff going on there. And that's why I wanted to make sure I checked in, because every time I check in with you, you're busy. You were busy during the Halloween season. You were busy during the Christmas season. I would imagine you have things going on right now.
Yeah, we don't stop. It's okay. It's January. You know, the holidays are behind us. We still have lighting up Lemont that goes all through January. We do a great job in downtown. The businesses are lit up. The lights are going over the streets. And in park areas, we have lit up sculptures that you can interact with. It's fun for kids and families. I saw 2 wedding proposals happen in downtown under the lights here. So great opportunity to still come out and have fun, be outside, and have some fun with your family. And to help keep bringing people downtown, you know, events are important for us. So on Saturday, January 22nd, we're hosting our first Lemont Downtown Ice Fest. This should be really cool. We have custom ice sculptures that are going to be placed around the downtown areas. We'll have hay rides going around, so you could check out all the shops and all the sculptures. And then at 5 o'clock, we'll start live ice sculpture demos. And we'll have the creamery out there giving away goodies. It'll be a great time and a super time to come down, check out the boutiques and shops, check out the ice sculpture, and then stick around for dinner or some drinks afterwards. So that's an event we're really excited. That's next weekend. This weekend, Pollyanna is having their super winter fun time party. They're releasing 3 beers on Saturday. One of them's a GABF gold medal winner, the food trucks and music. And out at the Forge Lemont Quarries, I know, Chris, our families had fun out there for the Oktoberfest. They're having a fat tire bike race. So if you're one of those crazies that likes to ride a bike through snow, check out the Forge Lemont Quarries. They got a bike race out there this Saturday. So already a lot of stuff going on.
They're having a bike race in the snow in Lemont. That's what you're telling me. Like I like the fact you have things that you're doing, but on the other hand, that seems a little crazy. We have snow bike races in Lemont.
Snow bike races in Lemont. Yeah, you put these big fat tires on them, and you get out there. You know, we got hundreds of miles of trails out here in Lemont, and so you got to get out there and enjoy it while you can.
Yeah, we made a trip to Pollyanna before. I think you hung out with us the last time that we were out there. It's pretty exciting to me to hear that they have 3 different beers that they're going to be debuting this weekend. That is a quality spot to go hang out at in that area. Tell people a little bit about that area around Pollyanna Brewing, just because I know when I went there to go explore it, I was surprised by the amount of other restaurants and shops and things around there. If you're a person that likes to go to breweries and you may be dragging somebody with you who's not as into going to a brewery, there are other things right there in that area. You're basically smack dab in the middle of the action in Lemont, right?
Oh, yeah. We love our little downtown. You know, Pollyanna is right on the I&M Canal, historic canal. They started digging that thing in the 1830s with Irish immigrants. And that's sort of the birth of Lemont. You see the stone that came out of that canal and out of the quarries all around downtown, these unique vintage buildings that are unlike any in the south suburbs. It's such a cool vibe with the hills surrounding the downtown. So you're right on this old waterway. You got bike trails, lots of activity, even in the winter. And we have a great little restaurant scene. So right next to Pollyanna, right across the way there is Cornerstone. Right next to them is La Dolce Vita, classic Italian spot. It's been around for 30 years, was part of Chicago's Best. And we have newcomers like Wooden Paddle Pizza, who was on Hungry Hound, and they're doing great, like wood-fired pizza, small plates, classy cocktails, and, you know, a place like Nick's Tavern, doing that old school 1-pound burger, grilled onions, no fries, chips, cash only. You know, we got something for everybody if you want to come down and have a night out in Lemont.
Awesome. So now, after we get through January, what's the big thing? Do you guys are you then turning towards getting ready for like St. Patrick's Day in March? Are there Valentine's things that happen in Lemont? Is Lemont for lovers next month?
Lemont is always for lovers. I like it. We'll get you a bumper sticker with that. We're going to get Southside Pod out here to do a live broadcast or something. February 5th, we have a wine walk that's being organized by some of our boutiques and small businesses. So it's not just the restaurants and taverns. Mabel's Market is organizing this wine walk, and it'll include Mabel's Market, One Happy Girl, and Jilly's, 2 boutiques. We have a little record shop, Eastside Records, is part of it, a antique shop and vintage shop, Smoky Row, and then That Girl and Company, a new business in town, and 3 Stories Books as well, new children's bookstore in town. So we're really excited about what's going on there. They're doing lots of events, especially that bookshop, really popular with with families and moms, the art classes, story time, and yoga. We have out at the Forge, they have Globe or Igloo dining out there. So they're doing something special for a special menu for Valentine's Day weekend. And in downtown, Diggs on Canal, they have Igloo dining too, and that's a really cool little spot. They do live music every Friday and Saturday, sometimes outdoors, sometimes indoors, depending on the weather. And then they have live music on Sunday for brunch too. So that's a great spot to visit. And March 5 is going to be Lemont St. Patrick's Day Parade. So we will be getting ready. And the Stockyard Kilty Band will be marching in that parade. So if you're a fan, make sure you put that on your calendar.
Oh, yeah, we're fans. We've had them here on Southside Pod. We may have to make it out to that parade. It sounds to me like there is so much going on. Remember, if you want to check out everything going on in Lemont, which is just a really cool spot to go hang out here on the south side of Chicago, lemont.il.us. Jason Berry, I appreciate you jumping on Southside Pod.
We also have a downtown-focused website that we just launched this fall. So you could go to lemontdowntown.com, And we're always putting all the events up there for all the businesses in town and what we're doing. And then you can follow us on social at Lemont Downtown, either on Facebook or Instagram.
Awesome. All right, Jason Barry, I appreciate you jumping on. Anytime you want to come on Southside Pod, we're down with it. And it sounds like there's a ton going on in Lemont. And hopefully next time that we see each other, I will be completely recovered from having the Rona. And we can sit down at Pollyanna and throw a few back, okay?
We will do that.
I have a confession to make. It's true, and I'm guessing you have done the same thing. Put more time into thinking about what's for dinner than preparing for your retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, I agree with you, and I want to help you out. I've got a local, experienced, down-to-earth guy who's a friend of this show. He's got a get-to-know-you approach and do the right thing values, and he's been around for over 20 years right here on the South Side. His name is Tom Walsh. He's located on the corner of 111th and Kedzie, and he's waiting for your call. In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call someone who's invested in your success. Reach out to Tom now, 773-779-0023, or pop in at the office right on 111th and Kedzie. Tell him we sent you. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC. It is now time for your South Side Sound Check. Live music is back at many venues. Check out these. The Leadfoot Band is at Hart Saloon in Evergreen Park this Friday the 14th, starting at 9 p.m., going until a little bit after midnight. 9858 South Artesian, $10 show, 21 and up. Also on Friday night, out in Joliet, Concentric, A Little Bitter, and Voodoo. That's a Perfect Circle, Alice in Chains, and Godsmack, all tribute bands. They're going to be at the Forge. $10 in advance, $15 at the door. Go to ticketweb.com. The sound check brought to you this week by Dreamers Towing and Recovery, 24/7, 365 Southside. Give a call if you need a tow or you just want to have your junk car bought and taken away from you. 773-410-4549. And Saturday night at 10 p.m., the Hot Hunks of Pop Punk at 115 Bourbon Street in Marionette Park. $5 gets you in. If you have an event you want us to talk about, hit us up at southsidepod.com. I don't know if I'm hitting any of these places, though, this weekend. I am still recovering from my bout with the Rona. It finally got me after 2 years. And basically, I do 2 hours, and then I have like a 2-hour nap. I'm like an old man. I talk, nappy time. I talk, nappy time. One of my other things that I do now, like I'm an old man and I'm just...
Get off my lawn!
Yeah, this is my old man get off my lawn thing.
This would be great. I'm surrounded
I
by
live
you
on
and Bill.
99th Street. Okay?
Yeah.
I live on 99th Street.
Over by
You
there.
could drive 99th Street from Beverly through Evergreen, through Oak Lawn, all the way out west.
Sure.
And it's basically the same street.
Yeah.
It's one lane either way
Yep.
with the little dotted yellow line down the middle.
Yep.
And it's 25 miles an hour.
Sure.
Okay?
45, really, though.
And that's the
It's
problem.
just 25
And there's
is just a
stop signs.
suggestion.
There's stop signs, but if you're not from that neighborhood,
Sure.
they're optional.
They're hard to
right.
see, too.
Right,
especially when it's
exactly.
dark.
Okay. I mean, seriously, some of those suburbs out, like Oak Lawn and Evergreen, literally have like light up stop signs now.
Yeah.
Like they don't want you to miss it in any way, and you're still driving through it. But now my new thing now, and I become this person. The moment, I don't worry about it. I don't drive exactly 25. You know I'm probably driving 30 in the 25, whatever.
32.
But when I can see in my rear view, somebody jump up behind me on 99th, and I know I have a mile to get to my house, I'm down to 25.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
I'll set the cruise with that sucker.
Passive aggressive driving
I
is
stop
hysterical
at the
'cause it
stop
drives
sign.
people nuts.
I stop at the stop sign and I look
You
both
count,
ways
Give a
Yeah.
3
and
count.
take a breath.
Yeah.
You could see like the anger. Their windows start to fog
They're
up.
so mad. I've had them where they
But you're
weave.
following the letter of the law.
I've had them like when you see, you remember, when you see like the beginning of a NASCAR or IndyCar race and they're warming the tires and they're
Yeah.
weaving the car back and forth.
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen that as I drive down there.
Right.
We're like, I want to go around them, but I can't go around them. And I make sure I'm right dead smack in the middle of that lane. Like
Nice.
that's one lane. I'm
Yeah.
not giving you anything. I'm 25. I'll roll the window down. I'll put my arm out the window.
Sure.
I'll lean back in the car. I mean, like I do all of that. Then I pull into my driveway and I think to myself, they're so mad at me and they just saw where I live.
Yeah, probably didn't think that one through.
A pitcher of beer, a pitcher of beer. Let's order another pitcher of beer. That pitcher of beer should come
Tell me about that beer, because that one we got at Blue
Bill's
Island
got
Beer
the can.
Company.
He's dipped his
Talk
glasses
about
up
that
again.
beer a little bit, because we got that at Blue Island Beer Company the other night. I had an extra one left over.
So it's Run
What
Devil.
is it?
It's the Run Devil Run Stout Ale.
Okay.
So it's a high alcohol content stout. It's 12.2% alcohol.
Ooh.
It is really tasty and smooth though. I did not know the alcohol content when I first drank it,
Right.
and it's tasty. It doesn't taste like a 12% beer. It's not overwhelming. It's really, really good.
They had that on cask over there. They always have one beer on cask.
What does that mean?
I have no idea, man. They make a big deal out of it there at Blue Island Beer Company.
You
I'm
said
like,
it with
I don't.
conviction, like you knew what it
Yeah,
meant.
it's on cask, and I'm like, I don't know what that means, but I don't know if that
eyebrows
comes
are
right out
on
of the
fleek.
barrel. I don't know what that
it's
is. Yeah.
it's in the barrel still,
Yeah,
or
so-
or it's aged in like a bourbon barrel.
Yeah, something like
Unfiltered.
that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
they had it. They have it in the cask. They had it there when I was there, but they also had the cans. So I grabbed a couple,
Oh, it's
and I had
tasty.
one here for you.
I
That's all
wouldn't,
got,
I
though,
wouldn't
for
have two of these in a night, but
you. No, that'll kill you.
Yeah, but
meanwhile,
it's
Bill's
tasty.
Bill's drinking something disgusting again.
Yeah.
We've gone over this before on the show.
yes.
His seltzer thing. Now,
No, this is not seltzer.
No,
this
yeah,
is vodka
you've
in a
moved
can.
on. You've moved on from the
Vodka in a
seltzer.
can.
here's the thing. Remember back in like the late '90s when they had like the Captain Morgan's drinks that
Yeah.
were like they looked like
Jack
beer bottles,
Daniels.
Jack Daniels,
Yeah, yeah.
punches, and all that
Yeah.
stuff. They were bad news and tasted terrible. And I think it's funny that 20 years later we're trying this again. You're drinking a Moscow Mule out of a can.
Well, it's shaped like these seltzer cans. So
These-
whatever.
these skinny
whatever,
cans,
yeah,
people
everyone
love
loves
the
them.
skinny
Yeah,
cans.
you
they
just
love
walk up
them.
and go, skinny can!
Right,
Yeah.
anything.
Colors!
Yeah. This one's in a nice rose gold copper color, so it has to be good, right?
A pitcher of beer, a pitcher of beer. Let's order another pitcher of beer. That pitcher of beer should come over here. I love that pitcher of beer.
Listen, if you're planning on going outside your house like a normal person instead of hiding inside of it while they continue to come up with all kinds of reasons why you should be afraid, one of the places I'm going to be heading out to, now that I'm feeling better, I'm getting back out to Blue Island, man. Double Play Saloon in Blue Island, they've got so much going on. Like, I got a bowling league starting up. I'm looking for more leagues. I've decided I'm doing nothing but leagues this entire winter season. I got to get out of the house. I got to do something. I can't sit inside. You know what I'm saying? So, like, let's say you're into beanbags. They're having a Sunday beanbag league at Double Play Saloon in Blue Island. 10 weeks long on Sundays, 4 to 8 players per team. All skill levels. Sign up now through the Super Bowl. The season starts on February the 27th. And then they have a Thursday night handicap dart league. Games are played every Thursday at 7:30. Double Play Saloon is a dart bar. They have dart boards everywhere. You play at the bar, you hang out that big, beautiful bar, you get the food, they got a great menu there. If you're interested in either one of these seasons, and just so you know, the Darts League starts a little bit earlier than the Bags League. It starts on February the 17th. Text Tommy or give him a call, 773-574-0992. Remember, daily $5 basket lunch specials, $13 Miller and Bud family buckets all the time there. They also have temperature soup. You pay whatever the temperature is outside for your bowl of soup. Soup is cheap these days. 13011 Western Avenue in Blue Island. Remember to check out their newly remodeled private gaming area as well, Double Play Saloon.
I hate when people are like sitting in a parking lot and they're just blocking everything, waiting for the guy like in spot 3 to pull out.
Oh, it's so
when
annoying.
Spot 6 is open.
Right.
I've never understood
I zoom
waiting.
around him, get in that spot, and then I'll just walk by him.
give
and
him
I'll
the
be-
finger as
I
you
don't
walk
give him the
past
finger,
him.
Michael.
Both fingers?
No.
If you take two both fingers, you can't steer the car.
I
No,
usually,
after he's out of
it's
the car,
more of a
walking
friendly
past
wave,
him.
like hi, yeah.
Oh, you do
remember
that?
me? Yeah,
You
I'm
do
like,
that?
you know,
See, I've never understood it.
when people get mad at you know what they hate?
What?
When you blow them a kiss. Oh my God, it's worse than the finger.
Putting that in the
They
toolkit.
hate it. It's pretty amazing. I got a gun pulled out me for doing that once.
give him some finger guns.
Shouldn't do that in the South, Bill.
You're the best. No, I mean, like, you're right. Like, especially like big giant box stores or malls, it's like you're gonna walk.
Right.
Yeah.
At least a mile or two inside
Yeah,
the mall.
I don't
What is
understand
the
that.
big deal about getting
20
that
extra
spot
feet.
and just sitting there and waiting for the other guy to pull out? What are you doing?
Right.
You're going to walk for the next hour around that mall.
Right, exactly.
Those first 20 steps, though, they're the hardest ones, you know?
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Is that what they say?
That's alcoholism, isn't it?
No, that's 10 steps.
It's only 10, 12.
It was 20 for me. I had to do it twice.
is now time for your Southside Pod Word on the Street, brought to you by Leapforth Law. Larry Leapforth, close personal friend of the show, has practiced law in the South Suburbs for decades. A former president of the Southwest Bar Association, licensed throughout all of Illinois, single settlements of over $10 million for personal injury lawsuits, and he also handles criminal defense, real estate probate, corporate law, and much more. For justice, equality, and trust, give Larry a call, 708-499-6300, or visit leaveforthlaw.com. After a fatal shooting at the Crossing Bar and Grill in Worth recently, the family of one of the victims, Dan Sirico, who grew up in Oak Lawn and graduated from Richards High School, is trying to raise money. The victim left behind a 7-year-old daughter, and the family is in the process of planning a memorial in his honor. You can look up the Danny Sirico Memorial Fund at GoFundMe.com. Meanwhile, if you're looking for free COVID-19 testing, the Village of Evergreen Park has it at Yukich Field this Friday, the 14th, from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. That's 89th and Kedzie. It is located in the southwest corner of Yukich Field. Each participant will complete a card with his or her name, email, state ID or driver's license, and phone number. You can get a rapid or a PCR test. In Lemont, Illinois, the Lemont Police Department has extended their participation in No Shave November all the way through February. We're going to have a lot of bearded police officers out there. Generally, police officers can't have facial hair, but they're doing it for a good cause. Participating officers must make a donation to be allowed to continue to grow their facial hair, and these donations are going to benefit a Lemont family currently battling childhood cancer. Last year, the department raised over $4,000 from the event. A portion of all proceeds will be matched by the Lemont Police Benevolent Association. And if you have a daughter that plays fast-pitch softball, remember there are camps for pitchers and catchers being put on in Elsip, all brought to you, though, by Grinders Training Academy at 102nd and Kedzie in Evergreen Park. It's a youth sports training facility, conditioning and fitness classes for all levels, kids and adults. They also have private coaching. You can rent out their facilities, and like I said, fast pitch camps and catching camps. Get more details now. These camps are happening right here in the month of January. GrindersAcademy.com. That's Grinders with a Z, Academy.com. And that is your Southside Pod Word on the Street. Remember, if you have something you want us to talk about, all you got to do is hit us up at SouthsidePod.com. And I want to, real quick, before we go any further, apologize to everybody. We have not done a lot of shows lately. Like, I took the week off for Christmas and I figured, okay, 1 week off. What does that hurt? And then we came back and we did an episode, and then I got the Rona. Like, I got coronavirus. Like, I had avoided this thing for like 2 years, and I finally got it. And I'm at the back end of it now, but last week, I couldn't talk. I went 7 days without a voice. It was brutal. You know, I'm still fighting it on the back end, even though I'm technically allowed to just go out and breathe on people right now. And don't worry, they said I could do it. I'm running out and doing it. Anyway, I don't want to get really into the weeds on the whole COVID-19 thing and the mandates and the vaccines and everything else like that. But I will tell you this. I sat down with my actual doctor, a guy who's been on one of my other podcasts for years whenever I need medical advice on anything. And he's been on a bunch of times to talk about coronavirus throughout this entire thing, ever since it started on one of the other podcasts on the Broadcast Basement On Demand radio network known as the EP Podcast, that's just out of Evergreen Park. It's like the original Southside Pod, and then it did so well, people were like, hey, can you do this in other places on the South Side? And we're like, yes, we can. And that's where Southside Pod came from. But anyway, on the EP Podcast, there's a half-hour discussion. It's up right now. You can get it anywhere podcasts can be found, and always at the eppodcast.com. It's just me and my doc talking about everything. Like, do vaccine cards make a difference? What's the difference if you've had COVID? Like, should you be nervous? How do the antibodies work? What is he actually seeing on the ground when he talks with patients? It's a really interesting conversation. I think it cuts through a lot of the BS and a lot of the fear, because I'll tell you right now, the media makes money off of keeping you afraid and angry. And this is not that. So if you want to check it out, instead of me playing it here on Southside Pod, I just want to let you know it's available at the EP Podcast. Once again, found anywhere podcasts can be found, and always at the eppodcast.com. And I'm amazed that I didn't get COVID like last month. Like, it's amazing that it got to me now. Like, last month I went to Kentucky, and that state is wide open. Like, no mask, no vaccine card requirements, just wide open. I went on the Bourbon Trail and drank like crazy and never ended up with anything. And then I'm back here with all the restrictions and everything, and it was COVID. And you know what? Here, let me tell you this, guys. Bill, Mike, I'm in Kentucky, right? And I get on an elevator.
Yeah.
And there's a girl on the elevator who's literally frightened of people.
Okay.
To the point where as I get on the elevator, she took 2 steps back and
took 2 steps forward.
recoiled her hands into her sleeves so none of her skin was exposed to me on the ride down.
She pulled her hoodie string so it goes around her. She's like Kenny from South Park.
Sealed herself shut while we were in the elevator. That's the effect I have on people, I guess, these days.
Right. Initiate COVID protocol.
She pulled her hands inside as if I could hurt her because her hands were exposed to me as we got on the elevator. So I let one rip.
Nice.
At that point.
Can you catch COVID from farts?
Yes.
Only if you eat them.
You were Dr. Fauci confident in that answer, so I believe it.
I'm going to say it. I'm going to say yes.
I'm going to go so far as to say it is the #1 spreader.
As soon as they can confirm this, it's going to change everything.
We need to wear masks on our buttholes. Masks on our buttholes. Masks on our buttholes. Yeah! Masks on our buttholes. Masks on our buttholes.
Power them up, baby.
Because farts can't spread COVID, we gotta wear masks on our buttholes.
Or pants, one or the other.
If you're not wearing pants, be sure to wear a mask on your butthole. If you're not wearing pants, be sure to wear a mask on your butthole. No shoes, no shirt, no service, F that. Wear a mask on your butthole. Gotta be careful when people are farting. You gotta be careful when people let one rip. You gotta be careful of COVID-19 2021, 22, whatever we're at right now. Not out your mouth, not on your hands.
Butthole.
Out your butthole. Wear a mask and N95. Wear a mask, something to keep you alive. Not on your face. That's old school. That's COVID-19. We're talking about COVID-22. Where it really spreads. Omicron up your butt. It is mask time up in your butthole. Dr. Fauci's gonna come on TV pretty soon. He's gonna say, America, we were wrong.
You're wrong.
We gotta move the goalposts down.
We did this wrong.
Down south.
We have new data.
We have new data. And it's not so much, from a cough.
No.
From your mouth.
It's your butthole.
It's your butthole. You're gonna find out. You're breaking news. The Southside Pod. Breaking news. COVID-22.
I can't wait to see all the floral butthole masks on the politicians.
It's gonna be great. Because you don't want to wear it on your mouth anymore. You don't want to wear it. Oh, your butthole!
Some politicians just walk around pantsless now.
Right.
To prove a point.
You can't mandate pants.
You can't mandate pants.
Who mandates pants?
I don't know, but that's the next fight.
But you know what you can mandate?
2022.
Masks.
Where?
Not on your mouth.
Not on your mouth?
No.
What about over your nose?
No.
Where?
On your butthole!
Mask on your butthole!
Mask on your butthole!
Mask on your butthole!
Mask on your butthole!
You got that mask on your butthole!
Put 'em on, step 'em on!
Mask on your butthole!
Wear 'em like a diaper!
Some people call them underwear, but they really don't care.
Mask on your butthole! Dear Mom and Dad, where did I go wrong? Thank you for listening to see what's happening on the Southside Pod. On the Southside Pod. Join us again and be sure to tell a friend about the Southside Pod. about the Southside Pod. All things about the neighborhood we live in. All things about the places that we go. It's the best side of Chicago, the Southside Pod.
Well, nice. Oh, that's a solid one.
Thanks.
I've gotten to the age now where I just let it loose in the restaurant.
Really?
I just do it at the table.
When you become old, you can do anything.
I just do whatever I want to. I just burp whenever I want to. I say whatever I want to. I offend whoever I want to. I don't care. Like, I've decided I'm going to be that. Like, that's your thing.
Yeah, that totally held you up before.
Yeah.